Okay, I think this might be working now. All right, guys, we are kind of back. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, let me just Hey everybody. Okay, so uh, great. This this live stream I think is finally working out. That was super stressful. YouTube error issue, whatever. I literally could not end the live stream. So yeah, I just kept pushing random buttons and finally one of them stopped it. So that was weird. So yeah, let's wait for a few more folks to come in, and I guess this will just be a nice little fireside chat, I guess you could say. Although I don't have a fireplace or anything, and I'm literally just talking to myself. But this might be fun. I thought, first of all, thank you guys for watching my new video over here. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Let's see, it's doing pretty well, I think. Oh yeah, that's doing well. So I'll just keep it playing in the background over here. And yes, if you guys have not seen it yet, check out the new video that I just released with Maya Orido and Masa. And that was a super, super fun video to do. We just shot it the other day, actually, and I just wanted to edit it as fast as possible because it was just a great experience. And I thought, you know what, let's just edit it. And wanted to put out a banger before the end of the month. So yeah, June 30th. Yeah, July, we have a whole bunch of really cool videos coming up. Of course, you guys know the Kanjo Zoku video. It should have been like this one after I released the Evo 6 review video. But it's still taking a while to, first of all, to finish editing, and also second of all, it's taking a while to get approved. So definitely this weekend or next weekend. So let's see. Let me answer some questions that are popping up in the chat over here. Hang on. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me. Yeah, it's kind of tripping me out a little bit. Why don't I cover this up like this? Okay. So I'll answer some of your guys' questions as they pop up over here, and I'll be here for like another 20 minutes or so until 4 a.m. It is 3:42 in the morning, and so can't be up too late. I have a meeting at 9 a.m., so we gotta get up or gotta get some rest before that. All right, so let's see. Let me answer some questions. So Gate asks, how much are DC2 Type Rs? I mean, I don't work at the auctions, so this is just kind of my from myself checking Car Sensor and Goonet, but around 25 grand, I think. If you want to go in, that's kind of like low mileage. You're looking around 30 grand USD. Actually, because of the strength of the US dollar, this is probably the best time to buy like parts from Japan, like in a very long time, because the US dollar is 30% stronger than the Japanese yen. So it kind of basically like everything's 30% off. All right. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you for joining the live stream. Again, I'm sorry I was having some technical issues. It's partially related to the fact that I'm using my proper camera over here as the webcam. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Yeah, so you guys can see over here, I'm actually using my A7S III. And so first time getting it working. Yeah, not without some technical difficulties. But anyways, let's see. Let me answer some questions instead of just talking about camera stuff. Let's see. All right, top 4 GDM cars to buy. I mean, you can never go wrong with the Roadster. NB Roadster is probably it's getting more expensive, so you should get it while you still can. But NC Roadster is probably the best deal right now, hands down. What else? Honestly, you guys have been watching the previous video, the GR86. That's what I would buy if I didn't already have my S2000. I absolutely loved that car. So let me just go on to the next question, because 4 is a lot. I would get a GR86. Like in 2022, get a GR86. All right. How? Oh, this is nice. So Spark Dev asks, "How are you? Just checking in." Thanks, guys. I would say like last month, I was pretty stressed out with the whole YouTube grind. The channel wasn't really doing as well as I was hoping, despite the fact that I was working really hard and that was kind of putting me into a spiral. But this past month, the channel actually did really well. So it's really kind of up and downs, and that's really why I've been putting a lot of thought into trying to figure out how I can make the channel sustainable beyond just YouTube ad revenue. So that's why I decided to really focus. Not really decided now, but I think it was more like I was truly deeply inspired by Dustin when Dustin came here like a few weeks ago, and we were hanging out for a couple weeks, and I saw what he was doing with his brand Legends Media. I was like, that's incredible, and his merch is super cool, and that's why I decided basically, up until now, I basically I have merch, but it hasn't been at the level of like Dustin, or like a proper streetwear brand. And that's kind of my vision for it. So that has really given me like this renewed passion and enthusiasm, and also, to be honest with you, kind of like some you can almost say like apprehension. Yeah, actually more than apprehension, almost like a little bit of fear, actually, because it's a new thing. It's to really go all in on it, and just change the way the operations work. I'm going to be ordering like a lot of stock. I'm going to be having inventory. It's going to be actually stored in California, and it's a whole operation that I'm trying to build out. So that's a lot of fun, but it's also I'm investing a lot into it, and I hope you guys like it. But for me personally, it's stuff that I would wear. So hopefully that will, hopefully that helps. All right, let me skip down, and yeah, you guys keep the questions coming. And I'm not going to be here for too long, maybe another 15-20 minutes, but I'll try to get to your guys questions. Let's see. Team Yoshi asks, do you have a job outside of YouTube? Are you still an English teacher? No, I haven't been an English teacher for about 5 years now, actually. So I finished at 2015, and then I was working at a language school for 2 years. But for the past 5 years, I've been working at an American tech company in Tokyo. I don't know. I don't want to mention which one specifically, but you guys would know which one it is. And it's a very good job, which kind of adds to my dilemma about going full time with YouTube. So that's my big dream these days, to just start my company, and just be fully independent. And there's a lot of steps here, guys. It's a very complicated process, but good thing is, through the support of my friends, and also learning how to do it through my friends like Sam, um, that's my next step, really. Let's see. Let me answer some question over here. Oh man, these just keep coming. Just keep coming here. Momotaro asks, I'm there as well, ALBO. I'm starting my company here in Canada, then hoping to come on a business manager visa in Japan. Yeah, exactly. I don't need the business manager visa because I'm married now. So I qualify for, both the spouse visa and also the permanent residence. So after that's another big reason why I really feel this is the time to start my company. And actually, yeah, the point of this live stream is that it's like a 400K sub live stream, and also the fact that it's like the end of the month. So yeah, I want to start doing these live streams every month at the end of the month, and just give you guys kind of like a recap of where things are, the state of the union, what is the situation with the channel and how's it going, and what I see the future of the channel to be like. So where was I? Yeah. So state of the union is, basically, wow, 400K. That's insane. And in fact, we're already at 411. So, in the past week and a half alone, it's already jumped up 10,000 subs, which, my gosh, is crazy. And really, it's been quite an incredible month, actually. Last month or earlier this month in June, Dustin Williams came to Japan, and we had a pretty epic road trip. Me, Dustin, and Masa. I learned a lot, like I was telling you guys, and it really it gave me a pretty clear vision of where I want to take the channel in the future. So, part of it is definitely like focusing on like the streetwear with my brand Hunters over here. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot more really cool new products. You guys want to see some designs? Let me show you some designs. Let me show you. For example, here's one I think is pretty cool. Here's the artwork of the S2000 that I'm thinking about putting on a shirt, and maybe some hoodies. Let's see. We also have, I mean, not to reveal all my secrets, but I do have a couple cool designs that I've been working on. Let me just show you a couple of them while we're here. It's not like 400,000 people might watch this video, but I digress. Let's just take a look at this. Okay, this one is coming out, so check this one out. So you can see that I'm, considering other different logo design ideas. For a long time, it's really been this logo, and for a long time viewers, you guys might recognize, the old school Drift Hunter logo. So it's, still got that. Might bring it back. But the big thing with the merch, I actually don't even want to call it merch. I want to call it, like, really think of it as like my brand. It's as something like a streetwear brand. That is stuff that I would wear, and really has, at this point, like, roots here in the Japanese car culture, because me and my friends were kind of like literally here in the Japanese car culture, and I feel like because we're living it out, it's authentic. So that's why I want to also produce goods that um let me explain something. So my vision for it is kind of like, okay, I know it's a really, really long way away, and it's a really big goal, but like my vision for my brand is kind of similar to like Supreme or Stussy, a couple streetwear brands I really respect, and that's because those brands they were kind of founded within skating culture. And the thing is, in like with cars, there really isn't a streetwear brand that has achieved like that kind of level. Maybe Illust. So, that's why I'm hoping it might be. It's my goal. So we'll see how it goes. The second part is, I'm trying to think of other things that I can produce which are helpful for people. So one of the things that I'm working on is, it's actually something I've been working on for, actually, it's something I started 2 years ago and I shelved because of the pandemic. And it's a book. It's basically a guidebook about, like, it's literally called A Car Guy's Guide to Japan. So when you guys come here to Japan, it's going to basically tell you everything you need to know to have an incredible trip. It's going to save you a ton of money, and it's going to be super, super helpful. And it's going to be perfect because you guys will finally be able to come to Japan within the next month or a couple months or so. But let me jump back to the chat and let's see if there's any questions that I can answer for you guys. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. Guys, there's a ton of questions just coming in. I and some random questions about Maria Ozawa or Sora Aoi. I mean, they're legends. Gotta support the legends. Um, okay. This was a good question from Cloud Ranker. I want to know why you changed the U for a V in the word hunter. So there's a lot of symbolism in that. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism in that. And it's something I thought about very deeply. So I'll explain the different elements of the hunter's logo. Okay, so first question, obviously, why a V? Well, it's a V because of the symbol, the glove symbol, the hand symbol. And this symbol in Japan, that means, well, it has kind of like a double meaning. So it means peace. So kind of like we have that meaning in English too. We say like peace, but really it also, the older meaning is victory. So the way I think about it, like this symbol actually symbolizes like victory, like winning. And having that double meaning of like it also means peace. It's kind of cool because it's like if if you if you're the winner, if you're the victor, then like you've achieved this state of peace. And the flip side of it as well is like if if like if where you are is peaceful, then that's like a good place to be. um the other thing too is like the V sound. So I looked this up. Apparently, there didn't used to be either a U or a V. I think it was the U that did not exist, and so the V is actually able to stand for a U, at least within the English language. At least with regards to how the alphabet was developed hundreds of years ago. That's why brands like Bulgari, uh, it's like a like a fashion brand, it also uses the V. So you can actually read it as the hunters, not just like the hunters or something. Um, and yeah, so that's just a couple of like the meanings that are embedded in the hunters logo. I'll talk about it more in the future as well, but let's look at some other questions over here. Rooting for your brand success. Thank you, Bear Nips. And Les Spark Dev says, yes, the Romans used the V where you would use a U today. Thank you for validating my design. Let's see. David Akung asks, Albo, can you link me with your friend that buys cars on auction? Yeah, check out the description box of those videos. And you can just find Jeff's Instagram at Jitsu no Jeff on Instagram. So look him up, and it's very easy to find him. JDM Lover asks, why JDM Master no more upload on YouTube? We had a falling out. I've talked about it a bit in the past. Some stuff went down. And basically, a bunch of us don't hang out with him anymore. So yeah, that's kind of a sore topic, but maybe in the future, I'll dive into it a bit more. But these days it's like we haven't talked in a long time, and I'll just leave it at that for now. Let's see what else we got here. Clint, thank you for basically being the mod on the. Actually, let me make you a mod. How do I do this? Hang on. Oh, all right. Thanks. So Clint is also like a moderator on my Discord, and I do pop in now and then, but it's tough, guys. I'm gonna try to figure out. Okay, let me finish my one thought and then go to the next thought. So first thought was I'm gonna try to be more active on the Discord, and that's because from July 1st, it's kind of signifying for me like taking the next step in this channel. So today is June 30th. It's like the last day of the first half of the year, actually. So from tomorrow, from July 1st, that's like the second half of the year. And from the second half of the year, I'm really going to focus on the channel and figure out basically how to like go full time with this, make this a proper business. My friend Sam have done it. My friend Sam, Dustin, uh, a lot of my friends have managed to do it, and so I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I'm kind of nervous on the one hand because I have a good corporate job here in Japan, and it's you know at this point, like the channel and all the stuff I'm doing with YouTube, and just basically the way I see it, I'm almost like an avatar for you guys who are watching my content here in Japan. I'm trying to show you guys through my eyes the Japanese car culture, because you guys can't be here. And yeah, it's at this point it's really kind of like a passion. So I need to figure out how to take it to the next level. And up until now, the channel has been doing pretty well. It's like some months it actually is enough to sustain myself, but it's not enough for me. It's not stable enough for me to quit my job, because a couple reasons. For example, one of them is my parents are relying on me for financial support, and so I can't risk like a bad month, and also I can't for my own family, for my wife and my dogs and my future kids. It's I need a more I guess you could say more stable source of income. And with the most of the channel's income coming from AdSense, it fluctuates, so it's not something I can rely on. So that's why I really, really need to focus on building the brand and making it a proper streetwear brand. And yeah, a few other ideas, like the book that I'm writing, which should help make this a sustainable effort. Let's see. Thank you, Hinsberg. Thank you guys so much. What is the best way to learn Japanese? I have a hard time remembering anything. So that's from TV Hitasol. Yeah, I mean, for me too, it's quite difficult to remember. Honestly, you have to find a language partner. So if you can find a tutor to help you with like weekly classes, that really helps. Or if you can find a friend, honestly, that is probably the best way. If you don't have any Japanese speaking friends in your local area, I mean, they're there. You just have to look for them. You have to seek them out sometimes. But there are apps like HelloTalk, which are used by a lot of Japanese folks. A lot of people are trying to learn different languages actually around the world. And I do recommend that app. I used it a lot before. Let's see. What are we answering? Oh man. T Master, why do you keep saying you are an English teacher? What is your favorite hobby? Can we not spam? Yeah, so I'm not an English teacher anymore. My hobby is driving my car, just doing car stuff. That's about it. You're gonna keep Bear Nips asks, you're gonna keep your S2000 to pass down to your potential kids. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sell that car. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to be keeping it for a long time, to be honest, because to me, like, that car, oh, wow, we watched the entire new video. That car was really the car that I wanted when I was like 10, and now to have it in real life, it's that childhood dream has come full circle. So there's really no need to sell it. Just pick up other cars that I want, but I really hope that I'll be able to keep the S1000 for a long time. And let's see. All right, so it's 4:04 in the morning. But because we have some technical issues, I'll go for 10 more minutes. So guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's see. Okay, there's just an unbelievable number of questions that keep popping up. And this is with top chat too, not even live chat. So let me just go through and see if there's any interesting questions that I can answer for you guys. Okay. Oh man. Yep. Sorry guys, still going through these questions, trying to find a decent one that might be helpful for everybody to answer. Mario asks, how bad are living expenses in Japan? They're okay. It's not that bad, actually, to be honest. Like, for example, I know it's not directly comparable because the dollar is very strong, but let's just assume, for example, $1 was worth 100 yen. Um, like most people's rent for a decent place would be like $1,000 a month, and that could give you like a pretty decent place as long as it's not in central Tokyo. So actually, when I was back in Canada, I was pretty shocked to see how expensive all the real estate and like rental places and everything are in Toronto. So by comparison, it's relatively okay in Japan. It's the main thing is it's kind of difficult, I would say, to find a decently paying job, especially if you do not speak Japanese. It's actually very difficult. So you basically need some marketable skills or experience, or maybe have started something and somehow finagle your way into some interviews. But yeah, you really do need Japanese ability. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions I can ask here. Have you thought about investing in real estate in Japan? Yeah, I mean, I definitely have. There's a, I mean, like my wife is Japanese, so I think it's possible, but I think there are some difficulties with investing as a foreigner. But let's see in the future. Let's see. Is Andra a good friend? Who's Andra? Maybe Indra. Yes, Indra is one of my best friends. Travis asks, do you recommend being an English teacher in Japan? I only really can recommend the JET program. So that's what I would try to get into, the JET program. Yes, the other, there are other like dispatch companies or Eikaiwa conversation schools, um, places like GABA, but I would be quite wary of those. That being said, it is one way to get yourself into Japan, but it's also kind of a trap. So um, the thing is, you have to become committed to either learning Japanese to find a better job, or learning some other very very good skill to find a job in English, which is quite difficult unless you have a background like tech. So um, if you teach yourself how to code, that is quite good. Uh, but it's we'll talk about it more in some future videos. All right, Gate Gaming asks, will you start your own garage tuning shop in the future? Yeah, honestly, after meeting Maya, uh, my goal really is to have a garage like Max Oido's shop. It's crazy. I mean, I haven't even been there yet. I've only seen pictures, but it's completely awesome. So that's a big goal. All right. Okay, JDM LS asks, thank you. I saw this question before actually, so thank you for bringing it up again. Hey, ALBO, I will arrive in Japan in Osaka for my new life. What do you think about this area? So Osaka is awesome. Osaka is super, super good. Of course, that's where, the Kanjo Zoku are. Now, I'm not saying go and try to become part of the group or the Kanjo Zoku, but it is another, big hotspot for car culture. So I mean, that's where Masa was before he came back to Japan. So came back to Tokyo. I mean, I would really love to live in Osaka. Like, when I'm a full time YouTuber, maybe I might. I mean, who knows? Because Osaka is an awesome area. All right. Any more questions? Yeah, let me answer Tyler's question. What can you do in Japan if you know a lot about cars? There's a lot of people that I've met who have come to Japan, and they've basically started um, import export companies. So like they export Japanese cars back to the States. Uh, there's especially a lot of American folks who I've seen come here through the military, either the Air Force or the Navy, or the Army. And after they finish their tenure, they either get work at a as a contractor within the base, but some of them actually branch out and do car stuff like shipping parts or shipping cars. But again, it's you really need to learn at least a modicum of Japanese. Uh, let's see. Anything else? Sebastian Torres says, "You're looking shredded, bro." Thank you, thank you. I like I mentioned in the video, with Maya's video. I lost like 8 kilograms in the past 2 months, so it's about 10 pounds a month, about a pound and a half a week, and really it's mostly through intermittent fasting and just kind of mostly intermittent fasting and cutting down carbs, but not too much to the point where it's like keto, but really just intermittent fasting and finding a few meals that I like that are quite low calorie and that can sustain me the whole day, and it hasn't been that hard. All right. All right, 5 more minutes, guys, and then I will go to sleep because, like I said before, I got to get up around 8:30 because I have a meeting at 9. So I'm still working at home, working from home. You can see I have my work computer over here. So it's literally like my commute is 7 steps. So no worries about that. I can get enough sleep. All right. What was the dinner today, or should I say yesterday? Ooh, well, that comes with a story in and of itself. I had Singaporean food actually, because I was meeting with some producers. So that's all I will say about that because I signed an NDA. So I don't know if I should announce that. Should be okay. Let's see. Gate Gaming asks, Alba, when will you become a dad? Well, I'm married now. And I would say within the next year or two, to be perfectly honest. And that's a big reason why I really, really got focused on taking, like my brand and the YouTube channel and then the business to the next level because, as decent as my corporate job is, it's not enough to like send my kids to like an international school. It's not enough to send my family back to Canada like a couple times a year, and still be able to do all the stuff that I want to do with like cars and traveling and things like that and making content. So really, I have to go all in on YouTube, and really, it's really I feel incredibly blessed and grateful that I have this opportunity, that the channel is this big, that I am able to even consider this. So it's thanks to you guys, really thanks to you guys that are really making this all possible. So thank you. Let's see. When was the last time you've been to the Philippines? So I was born in the Philippines. For those folks who do not know, I actually I never lived in the Philippines, but I lived in Saudi Arabia from when I was 0 to 10. And but I would go back to the Philippines to visit relatives every year. Last time I was back was like 3 or 4 years, so quite a while back. Yeah, can't really speak. It's interesting. I can understand Tagalog like completely fluently, like, and I can say like nakakaintindi ako, like word like phrases that I've remembered, but on the fly when I try to come up with sentences, even though I know the grammar, Japanese words come up first. It's quite weird. All right. Tyler asks, "What is your zodiac sign?" Oh, thank you for asking. Pisces. Pisces. ALBO, the best JDM YouTube out right now. Thank you guys. I mean, I'm trying. I don't know if I'm the best, but I'm trying, and I'm gonna try harder, and I'm going to, as I make this like my full time thing. It's just gonna get better and better from here. And yeah, did I cover everything I wanted to cover? So 400,000 subs. Uh, being thankful for that. Thank you guys. Been doing this Q&A for the past half an hour or so. State of the Union, just what is the state of the channel? I think I covered that. And yeah, future plans. I think that was kind of wrapped up with the State of the Union part. But yeah, just to summarize, guys, it's like the channel has now, it's completely crazy to me that it's gotten to 400,000 subs. So I'm gonna do my best to take it to the next level, and I'm gonna need your guys' support. Of course, watching the videos and stuff. And for those few of you who would consider, supporting my Patreon, that's absolutely amazing. I'm going to put, like, I think a lot of stuff on my Patreon is not really gonna be behind like a like a paywall. It's I'll try to keep it, things such as like early access and things like that, and also like stuff like maybe early chapters from the book that I'm writing, and also like extra pictures and uh, like wallpapers and things like that. But I'm really hoping for you, it's for you guys who are interested in supporting the channel, just because you want it to succeed. I really appreciate it. And you guys are really making all this other stuff possible within the channel, like the podcast, like all this extra stuff that I'm trying to put together, like special projects. And it's really amazing. So thank you guys. What else was I going to say? Let me come back to that. Omar Hussein asks, would you do more Japanese car girl videos? Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I find them endlessly fascinating. And obviously you guys do too. There's just so many interesting people that I do meet. Although the Japanese car girl videos, I mean, that's I don't know. It's they're fun to do, and they grow the channel, and I think they're important. And being real here, like it's cool because I get DMs and stuff. I get messages from female car enthusiasts who say, like, basically, thank you, for making these videos, because without those videos, they don't have like female role models here in Japan who are into cars. So it is actually important. I know you guys make a lot of jokes. It's fine. It's like, oh, another car girl video. Like, it's fine, but like, please understand, for those folks who do appreciate them, I think people, I think they like those videos for a positive reason, because it is actually showing that there are enthusiasts that are like that here in Japan, and it's quite cool. All right, we'll just keep going a little bit longer. Screw it. Yeah, 40 minutes. We'll just go another 10 minutes or so. Can Masa start vlogs? Yeah, I mean, he's already started. Basically, we made a bet. Basically, he had to release a video a week, or he has to treat me to dinner. T Master asks, what is you recommended to being a YouTuber and drifter? I'm sorry, don't know exactly what you mean by that, so I don't know what you mean. Samil Badi, thank you for that. Get myself a coffee in the morning. Is real estate investing good in Japan? I don't know, because I don't have experience with it. To be honest, and yeah, the real estate is really weird in Japan, because houses are considered depreciating assets, just like cars. So instead of going up in value, like they go down in value as they're used or lived in, but the land itself is like separate. So you have to buy the land and then you build a house on top of the land. And oftentimes people don't own the land; they just build a house on top of somebody else's land. It's complicated. It's very complicated. All right. Chester asks, will you be interested in covering car scenes in other countries like the Philippines? Absolutely, I would. Yes, and that's another big reason that I need to really go all in and focus on a channel and make it completely sustainable, because there are all these projects I want to do, such as imagine like a global tour of like all the different car cultures, like Hong Kong or Thailand or the Philippines, or like around Asia, right? Like even Korea, and then also going to Europe. We go to Germany, we go to Italy, we go to France. Basically, do like a grand tour with, you know, not hating on the on Top Gear or Grand Tour guys at all, but like maybe a show with like a younger bunch of hosts, like maybe like me and Masa and Dustin or something. It is a big. It is. We've talked about it a lot actually. So when Dustin was here, we talked about it a lot, and yeah, a lot of it depends on how like the brand goes, and I mean if I can get it to like the same level as like Dustin, which honestly, just based on like the size of our channels alone, I think it should be possible, and the designs that I'm coming up with are freaking sick. So you guys will yeah, hopefully pick up a lot of the things that I produce through the brand. All right, any more questions over here? If I'm not mistaken, Malaysia has the craziest street racing scene currently. Well, Indra is from Malaysia and he's crazy, so I would not disagree with you. Zeo Gerominator 25 asks, what's your sleep schedule like? I usually sleep around like 2:30 or 3 and wake up at like 9, 8:30 or 9. So for now, I'm still working from home. From August, actually, I have to go back to the office, which kind of dreading. So I really don't want to. And that's another reason why I'm really, really trying to get this launched. Basically, why am I pointing over here? Get the brand really, really, really launched. And yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what else I can say to that. It's I'm gonna do my best. Tyler Vermack asks, "Who's your favorite Formula One team?" Red Bull, of course. I mean, it's sad that Honda is no longer in Formula One, but yeah, I mean, Red Bull was awesome last season at least. Samuel Uribe asks, "Hey, ALBO, what's a good name for me and my buddies that have cars? We want to start YouTube together." Um, hmm. How about everybody's? Like instead of everybody, buddy. Everybody's. That's a cool name. I call my friends that actually. Everybody's. So go ahead and use it. Who would be your dream person to interview? Uh, Shigeno-san, the author of Initial D. I mean, he is. I have so many questions I want to ask him about, like the real life version of Initial D. Let's see. What is your real daily car for work and everything? I honestly, I bounce back and forth between the S2000 and the uh, Forester, just depending on which one I need. But if I'm just kind of driving around, I usually take the S2000 because my philosophy is like I'm not trying to keep the mileage low for like another owner to enjoy in the future. I'm gonna drive the hell out of that car as much as I can, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, kind of after it passed 100,000 kilometers, I was just like, F it. I'm just going to drive it as much as I want. And that car is going to get to like 500,000 kilometers on the clock. All right. All right. Why don't we go until 4:30 in the morning, and then that should be enough. So yeah, why don't you guys ask your new questions if you still have a few, and I'll try to answer them. For 100 of you folks who are chilling here, thank you guys for joining me in this chat. All right, let's see. Um, are S2000s reliable? Yes, they're very reliable. Although because they're old, a lot of things are breaking these days just from being old. Like recently, I had my power steering uh, motor die and had to replace the entire power steering rack, and that part is not purchasable new at Honda anymore. So it's kind of scary when there are parts that are critical, but you somehow have to source a used part. So yeah, that's another reason why I actually am really thinking about getting a GR86 just as like a track and kind of like a daily. The S2000 would be more of a weekend toge car. Um, just because it's as time goes on, I think it's going to be more and more difficult to maintain. Whereas the GR86, it'll be maintainable for quite a long time, probably 10 years or so, 10 or 15 years, at least until we no longer have gasoline power, which is still probably a couple generations away. All right. Southwad, ALBO, have you ever heard of black companies in Japan, and should I avoid black companies here? Yeah, of course you should. If you figure out a company is a black company, avoid it if you don't want to hate your life. ALBO, in your opinion, FF versus FR. FR feels more fun, but it's more difficult to drive. FF is like easier to drive, like super fast, but it doesn't have that classic sports car feel the way that an FR car does, like the S2000, where you feel like you're kind of like sliding around if you give it more throttle. That is really really fun. Whereas with FF, it's kind of like you're just being pulled. It's not something you really really notice unless you're really pushing it very hard on a toge, actually. Uh, and that being said, one of the cars I really want to get is the new Type R, which is FF. So yeah, they're awesome. I mean, these days FF and FR, it's not like FF is inferior. It's more like what kind of feeling or how you want the car to move and how you want it to feel when it moves. All right. If you could do a collaboration with another YouTuber outside of Japan, who would it be? Um, I'm not sure. Adam LZ, I suppose. All right. Ian asks, have you ever had any thoughts of having a German car? Yeah, one of the cars I want to get in the future, actually, it's written down here on my list. A Porsche GT4. That's probably going to be like my. There's several on the list, but I think if I kind of quote unquote figure out how to make it, GT4 is on a short list. GT3 as well. And actually, I really like the F80 series M4. So it's a beautiful car. All right. Seamal Body asks, what happened to Captain Radford and Japonic? That is a long story. Basically, Japonic owned the channel. Captain Bradford did not own the channel. And Japonic sold the channel after he left Japan. And the channel was sold to an owner, that the guy who owns Garage Defend. And Captain Bradford was basically making videos for the channel and getting to keep the ad revenue. But yeah, he couldn't sustain it, I suppose. We don't talk much. What do you mean by black company from Cooper? Black company are black companies are companies that are considered to be not very, I won't say like not ethical, but like not very employee friendly. So they often have a lot of like um, overtime or very abusive bosses. So if you can figure out like the company is black, avoid it. And there's like quite a few like large companies that are kind of rumored to be quite black. Like even Uniqlo is rumored to be internally quite a difficult place to work. I don't know if I would go all the way to say it's a black company, but I mean, if you value like work-life balance, I would probably avoid working at a known black company. ALBO, what's your nationality? I am Canadian. I was born in the Philippines, but I'm a Canadian citizen. And at this point, very soon, I've lived in Japan longer than anywhere else. All right. Gibson asks, will the S2000 ever get ITBs? The cost performance is not very good, and you get better throttle response, and they sound cool. It's more like ITBs as an idea sounds really cool, but for the amount of money that you spend, I'm not sure it's worth it. So maybe, maybe. Dude, wow, Clint, wow, geez, that's a. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. I will see you in Japan when you're able to come here. And yeah, I appreciate you, modding for me and also supporting the channel and everything. And all you guys who are, here in this live chat still. It's been like an hour, and it's kind of like I've been talking to myself, but it's also not. It's really like I'm directly talking to you guys in my community, and it's pretty awesome. All right, what else are we doing? My understanding is that ITBs are hard to tune. Yeah, I heard that too. There was actually a set of Toyota ITBs that were on, like, they popped up for sale on Yahoo auctions like 3 weeks ago, and I was monitoring it. I was kind of thinking about picking it up, but in the end, I didn't because I thought it might be a can of worms that I'm not ready to get into. But maybe in the future. When you make a video with Sun Kang, if you ever visit America, yeah, sure. Or if he ever comes to Japan, we could reenact the whole Tokyo Drift scene. All right, estate or SUV, and why? I mean, I think my Forester STI is kind of like right in the middle of being a wagon and an SUV. So Forester STI is what I would choose. What would be your top 5 cars to own if you had no budget? I got a list over here. Let me go down. So Midnight Purple R34 GTR, Lamborghini Huracan, Porsche 911 GT3, NSX Type R, and S2000 CR. Raven, dude. Whoa, dude. Holy. Wow, you've been. Okay. Sorry, I read. I thought you had been watching my content for over 10 years. Thank you, man. That means a lot. I mean, just the fact that like you guys would be like kind of jaw-droppingly generous. That's pretty amazing. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Thank you. It gives me motivation. It gives me. It's crazy. Like when like things like that happen, I'm like, yeah, it is possible to really take your passion, like what I've done, and make it into your life's work. I guess is what I want to kind of start to end this little live stream here for you guys, is with the message that honestly, I came to Japan in 2010, 12 years ago. I thought I was going to be here for like 1 or 2 years. 12 years later, I'm still here, and I'm doing what I really feel incredibly passionate about, what I really love. And I want to say that it's possible for you guys too, especially with the internet, especially with all the opportunities that are available to create something online, like an online business. And one thought I'll leave you guys with is that if you want to come to Japan, instead of thinking how can I move to Japan and find a job here, think how can I make money? How can I make a living online to be able to just come to Japan and live wherever I want and have an income? So let me leave you with that thought. There's tons of things you could be doing these days. You could be. Let me just give you a few ideas, like YouTuber, right? Not that it's super easy or anything. I would say, what are some other ideas? Honestly, starting some sort of like business, some sort of online business where like you freelance, and you send stuff, or you make things for people, like build websites. Oh, that's what I used to do actually before I transitioned to working like in my current company. I was building websites for people, just like websites on Squarespace and WordPress, and I had clients like all over the world, and it was crazy. Anyone can do it. Actually, anybody can do that, dude. Holy crap, Clint, dude, man, you are right. It's actually 195 yen per liter the other day, and it was crazy. But dude, thank you so much, man. You're amazing. Once you come to Japan, we are definitely going to go for some drives, man. Yeah, thank you so much for all your support for this entire time. Helping mod my channel and the Discord. And dude, you're crazy. Like, geez, wow, Clint, dude, bro, thank you. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All right, here we go. Whoa, $2.50 per liter in Vancouver. Oh my gosh, that's intense. I feel for you guys. I feel for you guys. I really do. It's getting expensive everywhere, right? But we do what we do because we love it. And even if these gas guzzlers continue to drain our wallets, it's worth it. It's worth it because we're gonna look back. At some point, we're gonna look back in the future. We're gonna look back and miss the days when we could go to the gas station and put gas, and just the visceral feeling of like squeezing that trigger and feeling the gas go into your car. It's different from if you're charging from like a charger, right? You're literally putting lifeblood into your car. I don't know if I'm being too romantic about it, but cars are cars, especially gasoline powered cars. They are objects that transcend mere metal and rubber in the tires and plastics. They are, let me just wax poetic for a second here, but they are literally, they're almost like living things. I mean, they're infused with so much passion and spirit, that they're really the embodiment of human potential. Um, yeah, I love cars. All right. All right, guys. I think I will call it a day. It's time to, man. This is fun. It's let's just see if it's light outside. It's light outside. I should probably just stay awake all day. ALBO-san, Ohayo. あなたのビデオ大好きです。Oh, thank you. Are you Japanese? 日本人ですか? Oh, ありがとうございます. All right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah, the sun's rising. I'm a vampire, so I'm gonna be burned alive by the sun. It's also super hot, but I'm gonna get some rest. It was a lot of fun chatting with you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining this 400K live stream. Thank you guys for your chat donations. Absolutely feel an incredible amount of gratitude just for your guys' attention and also for your support. Thank you. It is really, really appreciated, and it will be the the rocket fuel to take this to the next level for you guys and for everyone watching, so we can make better and better content, and that can really immerse you guys here through like me and my friends, and you guys when you come here to continue being able to at least while it still exists, being able to show this culture to the world. So I'm going to end this video here, this live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great night. Honestly, thank you. Have a wonderful day wherever you guys are. It's been a treat. We'll do this again next month. And thank you for watching. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. All right. 次のビデオを楽しみにしています。ありがとうございます。おやすみなさい。Good night, everybody. Peace out. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Bye. Love you guys. Peace.